Welcome to another episode of Locked In GSW Podcast. I'm Brandon Frenio. Joined by me is a special guest, Bashar from 49er
How's it going?
Minded.
What's
How
up?
we doing?
Doing good, man. Excellent win. A little, a little nerve wracking towards the end, or just in general. But the
Yeah.
Warriors, tough game of the Warriors, and they fought through it.
Yes, they did. Especially with all the odds against them, they still pulled it out and got the dub. Um, let's go ahead and start first. What did you think about the game? What stood out to you, and what could the Warriors do better to not make the same mistakes they did in today's game?
Well, I've been saying this a whole lot during the playoffs, and
Hmm.
one thing I do love that they're still currently doing, and if they keep it up like this, they're just going to be a hard team to stop. Their ball movement in certain stretches of most of their games is elite. So it's just like, I mean, you think at times you watch these guys and you think, oh, why isn't he taking up a shot here? Or why isn't he going in for the layup? And next thing you know, he just passes it again to the open guy out in 3-point land, whether it be Clay, I said Cray, Curry, pool party, as
Yep.
Cyrus likes to call them, the splash party. So, yeah, I mean, just the way these guys are setting each other up, it's a thing of beauty to watch. Obviously, I just always feel like I don't know. When I watch these games, I feel like the other team seems to be more aggressive or more like the tougher, bigger, stronger team and more intimidating team. But even
Hmm.
if it's another opposing team might be like that, the Warriors still find a way to stay in the game, and in most cases they win. So it's definitely encouraging to see that, even though we're not the biggest, strongest team out there.
Yeah, exactly. I was watching the whole game and everything, this they started off pretty well. It was close, tight game most of the most of the whole game, to be honest. The one thing I did have a trouble with was why the refs were getting so involved into the game. Um, I thought it was pretty ridiculous. That Draymond Green flagrant two foul was outrageous. There is no way close to flagrant two. Um, and then just little like the and then another one was the offensive foul on Curry. I don't even know how that was an offensive foul because the guy freaking moved his foot.
In the second half, right.
Hmm.
I'm not one to sit here and talk, and I hate talking about the refs. I hate bringing them up, and
Me too. Me too.
I hate certain games that are on. For me, it's like my team needs to play as hard as they possibly can, so the refs are never ever a factor in that game. Now,
Hmm.
for the most part, the Warriors I thought did that, but it's really disheartening when you see, like, especially in close tight knit games where you see Curry go up for that, not like a shot, but like in the middle of the key, right? Goes up for a little, shot drive or whatever, and then next thing you know, boom, the guy kind of moves and slides his body to the left, and then they call an offensive foul on Curry. It's like
Hmm.
and even after they reviewed it, I was like, okay, worst case scenario, at least make a jump ball or something. The
Yeah.
call that the call that got me pissed off towards the end, and I wasn't really pissed off watching the game like I would be if I'm really really into it, but just in general, it really had me scratching my head. It was that I forgot who took up the shot, but the Grizzlies went up for a shot, and it looked like I think GB2 might have tried to come out down with a rebound or something. One of the Grizzlies players clearly was the last to touch it. You figure the refs would have seen it live. It did happen pretty fast on TV. I get it, but like nobody bothered to review it. And then when you
Yeah.
see the replay, it's obviously no Warriors were even near the ball, and it was easily a Grizzly out on the Grizzlies. But they opted for a jump ball. This is towards the very end of the game, and this easily could have given
Exactly.
the Memphis Grizzlies a chance to win. I mean, that wasn't fun to watch, and luckily the Warriors pulled it off. So.
Yeah. I mean, you look back and there's just so many calls that you just kind of like, you question. You're like, wait, what? Like, that's not right. And I'm like, it's NBA playoffs. Like, let them play for once. If you're gonna freaking not call a lot of fouls on one team, like make it even so it's not on the other team as well. Like we're talking NBA playoffs here, like where everything's on the line. And if the refs are gonna you know, freaking affect one team, you should at least even it out with both teams, in my opinion. You know.
Yeah, Yeah, I just want to say what's up to a couple of people. I'm not sure if their chats are showing on your end because we're doing
Yeah,
a.
they are.
Oh, okay. So I know Kimberly was in there. Carcast said what's up.
Carcast is going on.
Yeah, Kimberly was said what's up. So just want to say what's up to people watching. Um,
Alfonso.
we kind of do these things for the moment, and every now and then
Mm-hmm.
it's like a little cross venture. I jump on somebody else's channel, and I'm just now learning how to link it to my channel too. So we're getting that done. So we really appreciate you guys, 49er fans, and some of you guys might be Warrior fans, some of you may not be Warrior fans, but it's a Warriors
Yes, sir.
podcast on that on his particular channel. Mine's a more of a
Yes, sir.
Warriors 49er/Warrior channel. But
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
shout
Yes,
out to you
sir.
guys.
Yes, and I'm actually Brandon from the Forever Faithful podcast as well. So if you guys haven't yet, go ahead and go subscribe to that channel as well as this channel, Locked in GSW podcast. So
And go ahead, go ahead.
no, 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 go ahead.
I was just gonna say, see, I didn't have the four. So I have a confession to make. Brain already knows this. I didn't actually get to watch the first half of the game because I had church obligations, and it was an early game. So I know that Draymond got suspended. But anything you want to bring up in the first half that might catch my eye about the first half? Because saw the entire second half.
So I mean, nothing, nothing too crazy. Like I said, it was very close in the first half. Our defense was kind of falling apart towards the end of the first half. Uh, it made it to where it was like almost a 10 point, you know, where they were 10 points ahead. But towards the end, Warriors started coming up again, and then you had the ridiculous foul on Draymond, and then a John Morant dunk, and then we were able to get another 2 points before the half ended, and it was like 61-55. So it wasn't too crazy, but I'm gonna have to say, that the second half was a lot more entertaining. So you didn't miss too much,
I'm
but
watching the highlights right now, and I saw a crazy dunk by GP2 in the
yes,
first half. That was
yep,
sick. He drove Curry. It was at the 3 point line, passed it off to GP2, and GP2 just tore it down the lane
hmm
and made it 12-10 at that point. That was like with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. So I wish I saw that live. That'd be nice. I love
uh,
GP2, man. He just brings like for those of you who say Steph Curry is not a good defensive player, I think Steph Curry is good. He's never going to shut anybody down. He plays great team defense, and towards the end of the game, he really made a really nice defensive play on John
mm,
Morant. And but GP2 was that point guard you bring it off the bench, and he can pretty much guard guys like Morant and just take the heat off of Steph. It's like
yeah,
you have this Warriors veteran core that won these championships. We got Draymond, Clay, Curry, and that's Shardall. What's up, Shardall? SG Sports Talk channel. Check him out. And
Sports Talk Channel.
yeah, so basically, you have that veteran core, that veteran championship core, but now we finally have a strong young core leading and coming off the bench, and they're contributing, and I love it. So yeah,
hmm
it's great to see GP2 get more minutes and be a great contributor. You
Yes, sir. Andy says refs did all they could to give Memphis the win. I 100% freaking agree, and I hate to be that fan, but they made it so freaking obvious this game.
Yeah, what's up, Andy? I know who that is, a buddy of mine. Says, right, yeah, yeah. You know what? I'm not one to talk about the refs, football,
Yeah.
basketball, whatever. But
hmm
every now and then, there's that one game or maybe two games that stick out. It's like, what is going on here? Like,
I don't
it's
know,
pathetic.
man.
Yeah, I'm still trying to
So
catch up with the first half. I was go ahead.
yeah, so sports talk to answer your question about the green ejection. So basically, towards the end of the first half, one of the Grizzlies guys went up to try to get a bucket in. Green went up with him, and as he was going down, his hand caught his jersey and saw that he was falling down, so he cashed him to make the fall easier on him, and they called it a flagrant two foul. And while they were reviewing the replay, the fans were saying kick him out. And I think because of that, I felt like the refs were like, oh, we're gonna give him flagrant two, even though it was not flagrant two at all. So that's what happened with that. Alfonso, refs have it out for all SF teams. I 100% agree on that one too. To be honest, it's like they hate the Bay Area teams, man. What are your take?
I'll say this, man. That's pathetic if that was the case. I didn't. I saw a quick. clip of that Draymond thing, but I didn't see what you saw. I didn't see the full extent of it. I didn't see the part where you're saying the fans were influencing the refs. That is
Hmm.
pathetic. If that what you say is true, I don't want to believe it, and I'll check it out later. But what you say is true. That's horrible. There's no way in hell a damn spectator, fans in the crowd should be influencing the refs' decisions on plays. You know, they have other refs to count to coach them or to count console with,
Hmm.
and they can watch replays and do whatever. But yeah, oh sure, let's see what the fans want. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
see what they
right.
want. Oh, you want to kick them out? Okay, let's do that. Let me blow the whistle. You know, I'm like, come on, dude. I don't know who these refs are. One ref I recognized, and I forgot his name, but he thought he was a good ref until watching his game. I was like, okay. So we got a question from Cardcast. He said, "How you guys doing? Hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed day." Oh yeah, man. Always. Hope you have the same. Alfonso Bonzo. I don't know. I think he changed his name. I think it's somebody I know. I'm thinking it's my boy Javier or might be some dude named Adam, but I can't put my finger on who it is. This one guy I know is always change. Actually, two guys I know always change their screen names. So one of those two guys. Yeah, but hey,
Yeah.
I'm proud of Jordan. I didn't pull up the stat line just yet. I know they interviewed Curry at the game, but in general, from what I saw from the eye test, I like what I see in general from Klay Thompson and Poole and Curry. They're still deadly from 3-point land, and they bring that perimeter presence. We don't have to worry again about Curry getting double and triple teamed like we used to. So it's refreshing to
Yep.
see.
Yeah. So Sports Talk says I will shave off my beard if we sweep Memphis 4-0.
Well, let's do
Um,
it.
I will put that bet on the table right now. Do it.
There you go, Chardon. You got to shave your beard off, bro. If we sweep them.
Yep.
What's up, Corey? Hey, we wanted to hop on, Corey. Corey says blatant sabotage. Memphis gave Golden State their best shot and still came up short. I totally agree.
Yeah, I agree too. Alfonso goes, y'all hear John Lyntrip ass on the interview yesterday? I actually didn't. Did you?
What do you say about John Lynch? Let me see.
He said he ripped ass, I guess.
I didn't. I don't even see his comment. Where is it? But
Oh, it's on the
if he's
bottom.
trying to say John Lynch farted or something. What's up,
Yeah,
Tommy Huxley? I know that's off topic.
yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I just saw part of the first half highlights. It didn't really show. I see Kaminga getting a dunk before the half, which is nice. I
dude,
love Kaminga.
yeah, Kuminga stepped up second half after Green
I
was
saw him in there. He was doing
ejected.
good. He was doing good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw him boxing out on certain plays, and boxing out is so important, especially if you're playing against certain big men that are a whole lot bigger than you. And it's all
yeah.
about awareness and just boxing. It's some dude might be way bigger than you, but if you're boxing out in position before he is, that's half the
Hmm.
battle right there. So I saw him doing that, and he's just crazy athletic, and he just has so much room for the potential is just through the roof with that kid. So I want him out on the floor much more than most Warrior fans do, because most Warrior fans are just iffy, like, oh, he's a rookie, oh, he's only 19 years old. I don't care how old he is. I want him out there. I want him to get that playoff experience right here, right
Yeah,
now. You know. And I'm curious to pull up the box score. I just want to see what
yeah.
game down the wire 117, 116, and
Hmm.
Wiggins didn't look too bad. I saw him make a nice open 3-pointer and just some open shots in general. Saw him get a dunk at a cool moment. Just like I love the way everybody just cuts the basket in key moments. And I was talking about the ball movement and the passing in general, how crisp everything looks. It's a beauty to watch. So Clay, 15 points. I don't see his stat line in terms of how many he shot. It doesn't show me right here, but Curry, 24 points. Gary Payton, GP2, Gary Payton the second, 8 points in 23 minutes, but he was definitely instrumental with the defense. Because Jordan Poole, the pool party, the splash party, Curry, Clay, Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole with 31 points and 8 rebounds and 9 assists, almost a triple double. Man, he had himself a hell of a game. Otto Porter Jr. was in there. He's always a contributor. Looney was all right. And I heard he was doing pretty bad the first half, but in the second half he looked all right.
Yeah, he looked.
Kaminga,
Yeah, yeah, he
good.
looked decent.
Yeah, in the second half, I'm not a big Looney fan, but as long as he's doing his job, I'm not going to complain. But yeah, Kaminga 6.6 rebounds in 15 minutes, not bad for production. He was barely out there, and Damian Lee only played 3 minutes. That's somebody I completely forget about is Damian Lee. I was never not that I hate the guy, but I'm just not a huge fan of him. I'd rather, if you ask me, who'd you rather see, off the bench, Damian Lee or GP2? I'm going to say GP2 all day. And anything
Yep.
else go in the chat? Somebody else said, I don't know if I've seen the chat. Oh, okay, now I get it. On my end, it's like this with the chat. Okay, now I see these chats coming up.
Oh, you see him
So
now?
yeah, you have to scroll upwards on this. I thought you scroll downwards to see the new ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Who said? He said which team? Chardell said which team are you rooting for? Memphis or Golden State? This is the
Well,
Warriors
of course,
podcast.
Golden State.
This is the Warriors podcast. Locked in GSW podcast. Is Brandon's podcast. Yeah,
Yes,
definitely
sir.
the Warriors. It said very start of the interview. Okay, they're talking about Kyle. I don't know what they're talking about Kyle. I missed this about John Lynch or something. Or Alfonso said that. I don't know. Missed all that. Missed all that. But yeah, man, it's just I'll pull up the stat line really quick for the Grizzlies. Jaren Jackson Jr. I did not expect him to score 33 points every single game. I don't know where that came from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, John
Dude,
Morant, obviously he's a beast. You know.
they were rough on the defense part of the ball, man. It's like they were just having trouble. Like even John Morant had like what I think 32 points.
Yeah, he's really good. For some reason, it just always seems like the more explosive, Westbrook type guards that just seem to be strong, a bit stronger and more athletic than Curry. For some reason, just seem to have their way against us. But we collectively as a team, we find ways to combat it. Whether it be with Curry's offense, Clay's offense, and then just with Curry and GP2 defending and Clay, we just find a way to overcome that with this team. But yeah, but Jaren Jackson Jr. I mean, for the season, he averages 16 points a game. Not bad. Not that he's a bad player or anything like that, but he shouldn't be scoring
Yeah,
30 points a game or anything. So hopefully that's his best game. He's a good shot blocker. I get it. And I don't recall him ever making all these 3-pointers. I mean, he only shot 31% for the season, which isn't that impressive. It's like it's average or below average at best. So I saw him making all kinds of crazy shots, and we shouldn't be seeing that in the next game.
yeah,
That shouldn't be an
exactly.
issue.
Yeah, I think I mean I think game two they should before game two they should definitely work on um covering a little bit more, especially from the three, because there was a lot of times in today's game where they like kind of just let them shoot the three. Like there was like no contention at all, man. I don't know if you saw that, especially in the second half too. There was a couple times where they kind of just gave up and they just let them shoot the three, and they literally went in and were just like, "Bro, come on," you
I
know?
saw it. I saw it a lot. There were some backbreaking moments during the game. A lot of back and
Yeah.
forth stuff. Like they'd hit us upside the head, but we punch them right in the nose or punch them right in the teeth or whatever. And it was some
Mhm.
crazy back and forth stuff going on. And
Yeah.
sometimes sometimes like you said, it didn't look like we were hustling too hard on defense. Now,
Yeah.
I mean, keep in mind, everybody, for those of us who say, "Oh, it was down the wire, Warriors barely," we didn't have Draymond Green. People don't understand how instrumental Draymond Green is when he's on the floor when he plays. He sets up the offense. He's the catalyst of the offense. He may not score all these crazy points, but he
Yeah.
gets the offense going. He sets the tone of the defense. He can guard bigger players. He can guard guards, and
Yep.
he
Yep.
just gets everybody. It's all this chemistry that you cannot find on the stat sheet is what Draymond Green brings to the table. I don't care about stats when it comes to Draymond. I care
Yeah.
about the chemistry I see on the floor.
Exactly. Couch Chronicles said we played average without our heart of Draymond. They played great with the refs' major help, and we still rose like the champs we are. Totally agree, man. Like we said, um, you know, like you said too, Draymond is literally the heart of this team, and they keep it together. You know, when Draymond's on the floor, but to see how angry and mad they were to come out second half, and they just looked 100 times better that second half after Draymond got ejected. And then Tommy
I
says,
suppose. Oh, go ahead.
"Oh yeah, Tommy says, Raza, you're tripping. The refs were absolutely dreadful. They tried to hand Memphis the game." Mariah's in the chat. What's going on, Mariah? Dub Nation, let's go, baby. Cal said, "No luck, just blessed with championship spirit." That's exactly what Steph said after the game.
I want
Um,
to say what's up to Mariah from 49er Faithful League Podcast, Celts from Celts
yes,
Chronicles. I was on his 4.5 hour live NFL draft stream. That was crazy. We had our celebrations for the picks
I
there
did
in
see that.
Yeah, the Danny Gray one was the funnest one. The Drake Jackson one was okay. It was cool, but
Yeah.
the Danny Gray was the guy who I really wanted, and Kelt was awesome. Cool to see Niner fans who are also Warrior fans, and Ross is a Conscious Raza in here too. I don't see his name.
Yeah, he is.
That's Javier. Okay. So
Yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah.
okay, now I see him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, um, let me just tell everybody too. If you guys haven't yet, this is my other channel. I'm actually my 49er page is for a faithful podcast. You guys might know me already. So this is my Golden State Warriors one, Locked in GSW podcast. So if you guys can, please, please, please hit that subscribe and like button. I really appreciate it. Trying to grow out here and just talk Warriors ball. Same thing with the Niners
yeah,
for a faithful podcast.
yeah. I think you'll find his even though it's playing on my channel, I believe
Hmm.
if you go to you, actually, you know what I can do is I can link your channel to subscribe to it in my link in my show link so people
Yeah, that'd
will
be
be
perfect,
subscribed.
man.
Yeah, I could do that.
Um,
Yeah, man. So it's
yeah.
cool, man, that we could simulcast this on both channels. But go ahead and read the
Heck
comments.
yeah, man. Let me just try to catch up on this chat real quick. Sports Talk said I like good in the I look
He's, he
good
thinks
in the
he
suit
looks
better
good.
than Jimmy.
He thinks he looks good in the suit better than Jimmy.
um, and then let's see what else. I like talking a lot of shit about Memphis. I do too. Dude, especially with John
Yeah.
Morant. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you
Um,
see that? I clicked on this video. It was like an excerpt from ESPN. It was Max Kellerman. It was Kendrick Perkins. I was about to say Kendrick Bourne, but Kendrick Perkins, that jackass. And he was just like going on and on about how, oh, this is going to be the toughest series for the Warriors. The
hmm.
Warriors came off playing the weakest team in the playoffs, the Denver Nuggets, who weren't the weakest team. But he just going on like how the Warriors are going to have so much trouble guarding all these perimeter players on Memphis, and it's going to be such a headache for them to stop anybody. And we lost arguably our best defender, and we still came up winning the game. So I mean, I love it when Kendrick Perkins speaks in the Warriors because in most cases he's wrong. So
Yep, yep, yep. Just trying to catch up on all the chat real
yeah,
quick. Um, so I mean, other than that, I mean, Jordan Poole had another amazing game. He had, I believe, it was 32 points to end it.
31. I didn't get to pull up the 3-point stats yet. But I can do that. I see we have with 3-pointers, but
Yeah.
I mean, I just love how Curry. I hated how he missed obviously that certain stretch of the season. Faced that stupid injury that should have never ever happened, should have never taken place.
Hmm.
What's his name? Marcus Turner. What's that guy's name for the Celtics? I just forget. I know what he looks like exactly. Anyways, that guy on the Celtics just jumps completely on Steph Curry's leg, and you're thinking, okay, hey, Curry's going to be gone for a certain portion of the season. Is he going to be right for the playoffs? So he was right. They had him healthy and ready right before the playoffs, and he's people were complaining in the first series that he wasn't starting, and it's like look, slow down, man. Like he doesn't have to start games to be effective. You know,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
if Jordan Poole's starting and putting up all those crazy numbers, and then Steph's coming off the bench, and Steph is
Hmm.
still putting up good numbers and looking good, that's fine. We'll ease him in that way. That's fine. But people are tripping off that. Oh no, Steph has to start. Steph has to start. As long as we're winning, I don't care who starts. I'll be honest with you. But at the end of the day, Steph just came in. He came off that injury, and he just looks like the regular old Steph. And for those who were hating on Klay Thompson and his comeback, trying to say that he's never going to be the real Klay Thompson again, blah 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 blah. So far, he looks honestly. I'd say right now he's 90%
Yeah,
of the best.
I agree.
90% of the best version of Klay Thompson we've seen, which is fine for this team.
Yeah, I agree. Even in today's matchup, Clay's defense looked like it was back too. So I was happy to see that as well. Um, so the one thing I kind of was surprised about was Clay missing those 2 free throws towards the end of the game.
Oh my gosh!
I couldn't believe it, man.
Really? I'm
I
like,
couldn't
really?
believe it. I was like, wow.
People were going
But
on about the previous series, like, oh, Steph missed 4 3 throws and all this crap, and I was like, okay, look, Steph shoots like 90% for his career, whatever crap. I'm not worried about Steph missing free throws in the first series. We won the first series, and hey, he got his misses out of the system. He'll be fine in the next series, and they'll be Clay in a key situation where the game's down the wire, misses those ones. But hey, it didn't hurt us, so we're okay. Okay,
yep, exactly.
Chardall's talking about the way he looks. He says, I'll have fun reading this one. He says, Bashar, I look better, clean shaven, and I'll get all the beautiful, gorgeous ladies in their bikinis. Okay, watch out, ladies, if you're watching. All the beautiful ladies in bikinis, if you're watching. Yeah, Marcus Smart was the guy. Thank you, Chardall.
Tommy said, Clay, it's actually with the K, sir, so I want to let you know. Clay makes 3 pointers and can't make 2 free throws. That would have sealed the motherfucker. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Hey, I love Clay though, man. I can't. I don't think I could ever get mad at Clay Thompson.
No,
I just couldn't. Yeah, he's one of my favorite players. What do we? Oh, hang on. What comment was it that made you laugh?
Kels was like, when we say crack it, then don't name call. It's just super unstable, in my opinion.
Okay. That's Mr.
They're having their little fun in the chat right now.
I know. If you guys have questions about basketball related stuff, it seems like there's a lot of non-basketball related talk going on in the comments.
But no, so I mean, like, what do you expect in game 2 to change than what you saw in today's game?
Well, I mean, hopefully Draymond keeps his mouth shut, and we have him for a full game, and I expect this. Let me see what we're playing at. I'm curious because I'm assuming it's in Memphis. Let me just double check it. I believe it's on Tuesday. Next game. I'm just curious to look this up. Give me a second, guys. Doing this on the fly. Okay, so it's definitely in Memphis. It's 6:30, Tuesday, May 3rd. I think we should win by at least 10 points if Draymond's playing.
What's up, Zach?
I really do. So, Zach Hernandez. What's up, man? That's the guy for 49er Type, right? Always wearing suits. I think you might know why I'm a 49er minded. Yeah, I always watch you guys.
They just actually had a show earlier today.
Oh, you were on there with him on 49er Type?
No, it's just Zach and Matt, but
okay, cool.
Yeah, going over the draft and everything.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, I'm supposed to be doing a post-draft show later this evening. Nice. Not sure when. Yeah, I was trying to pull up the stat line of the Warriors. Let me find ESPN. I can pull it up. But I was curious about just a 3-point. So far in the playoffs, I mean, shooting wise from Clay, Draymond, Clay, Steph, and Jordan Poole. I mean, it's just excellent shooting. I mean, there's nothing I can really complain about that. Again, I mentioned it earlier. Like in points in times during this season, we're seeing like elite ball movement, which I think is awesome. When I say elite ball movement, I'm talking in my entire, I don't want to say career, but in my entire legacy of being an NBA fan. Me sitting through every single Bulls championship, me witnessing the Pistons win championships, the Lakers, Celtics, whoever. I can't recall any team on this level with this consistency of ball movement. I mean, Steve Kerr, I do question his lineups from time to time, but it's hard for me to question a legendary coach at the same time, because the way he has, Mark Jackson did a lot of good things for us, but when Kerr stepped in, the offensive schemes and structure completely changed, and if they keep this up for the whole playoffs, we're gonna be a hard team to beat.
Yeah, I was also gonna say too is especially today, like Kerr doesn't really have a set schedule or set starting lineup right now. He's kind of been throwing in pieces and everything like that, adding in Kuminga, adding in D Lee, putting in Otto. So I mean, I feel like it kind of takes a factor in how they start and everything like that. I mean, what's your take on the whole starting lineup situation? How he doesn't stay consistent to one lineup?
I'm not too picky in terms of starting lineups. Like I mentioned earlier, when people were getting mad that Jordan Poole was starting in games in the first series, and people were mad that Steph Curry wasn't starting right off the bat. I don't mind it too much in any sense. It may throw teams off guard from time to time. And I finally got to another note. I finally got to pull up what I wanted to pull up earlier, which was the entire box score, rather than just saying who scored how many points and how many minutes they played. But the full box score will kind of give you a better idea of who did what. And you know what? I was mentioning Clay. The splash party, as Cyrus likes to say from Lockdown Warriors podcast. You got Clay Thompson, Jordan Poole, and Steph Curry, the splash party. So Clay actually shot 3 for 10 today from 3-point land. Not his best 3-point shooting game. Steph was 5 for 12. Jordan Poole hit 5. He was 5 for 10. There's times, and you mentioned it earlier, and I've thought it myself. Like, there's times when Jordan Poole does stuff, and I'm thinking, wait, I thought only Curry could do those things. But here comes, it's like I don't know. It's like he's younger. He's like Steph Curry's younger, taller brother. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. Well, especially towards that second half, towards the end of the game and everything, Jordan Poole and Clay kind of like stepped up and, basically put his seal into the game to let the Warriors get this dub in game 1. Andrew Wiggins actually stepped up too in the second half. He was out there, man. He was, 4-7 of free throws, 1 of 5 3-point. Not too bad. He was mostly inside, making buckets, 6 of 14, finished with 17 points. So, 8 rebounds, dude. Andrew Wiggins had 8 rebounds. Like, just think about that. Let that sink in a little bit.
Well, I just pulled this up. Surprisingly, we won the rebound battle, 51-47. We don't have big, huge, strong players on our team, but we do have a lot of scrappy guys, man. It's just, you'll sit there and you moan and complain that we don't have a big center coming off the bench, and I do that all the time. Obviously, I'm famous for that. And I'm not a big Kevon Looney fan. I wish we had another big man out there, but for whatever reason, they find a way to get things done. I'm just looking at this box score. I'm pretty amazed. We're not going to block shots with regularity like certain teams do. But then I look at the stat line and I see Draymond with 1 block, Klay Thompson with the block, GP2 with the block, Steph Curry. Can't say enough about GP2. Jordan Poole with 2 blocks. It was just like you would never guess it that this undersized team the Warriors have does things like that. And for the record, speaking of size and being undersized, Bielitsa didn't play today. He was DNP coach's decision, as well as Moody. I don't know why. I liked Moody at one point during the season towards the second half, and he seemed like he was coming around and doing things, and I just don't. Curry's just stuck with a 10-man lineup, I think, and he never plays his full bench. Yeah,
exactly.
Well, JTA doesn't even play anywhere either. It says 0 minutes for him too. So
yeah. So JTA did come in for like maybe 2 minutes or a minute to do a take cover of what do you call it, the ball in when Memphis was
on the inbounds.
On the inbound.
Yeah, it said he played 0 minutes. I guess he played for a few seconds or something.
Yeah, but I'm looking over here too. I saw that Bielitsa didn't play at all either.
Yeah, Bielitsa didn't play. And Andy Land had a cool comment. If you see that, he says how we're talking about Jordan Poole. If you want to pull that up, Andy Land, there you go. He says how Poole stays so in control of his body when he drives. When it looks like he's so out of control, it's second to none in my opinion. I'll say this, man. In every aspect of Jordan Poole's game, he has elevated it. And when we first drafted him, I thought he was trash. Just to let you guys know.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I didn't think I was like this guy does not look like a first-round draft pick. What are we doing here? And then when he first initially went to the G League the first time around, then he came back and then he started putting up some points here and there. I was like, okay, he looks a lot better now. Now it looks like he might come around for us. But this year, he's improved his defense, obviously improved his shooting, and the whole aspect of him driving to the basket and creating points for himself. And when he did that one underneath reverse layup, I can't even imitate it, but they showed a Jordan. I wish I could find this somewhere on Instagram. It was like this one Jordan thing where he went up and under on the basket, and they played it side by side with Jordan Poole. You got Michael Jordan, you got Jordan Poole. And then it looked really similar. It didn't look exactly the same, but it looked pretty close. It's just impressive how Jordan Poole brought that aspect to his game because we need more guys attacking the basket. As much as I love this whole bombing for 3-point land and shooting from the perimeter, every now and then just fake the shot. They overplay the perimeter shots anyways. Fake the shot and just drive through.
Yeah, exactly. I also I think he should have, like we talked about the last show too. I think he should have won the most improved player award. Um, I mean, the guy has just proved himself tremendously, and it's just crazy to see a younger Steph coming in a bloom. You know what I mean? Like the guy has Jordan Poole is just unbelievable, man, and I'm excited for the future with him on the Warriors. Mariah said, "I really hope they give him the bag and we can keep him and start building this core behind Steph, Clay, and Dre as they get older." I totally agree. I think we're gonna this young squad that we're starting to get besides our original three. I'm pretty excited about, to be honest. Um,
Yeah, I am too. I was gonna say something, but I wanted to drop this nugget really quick before I forget. Because we
mhm.
were talking about Draymond Green earlier, how he got kicked out. You know what really got pumped me up? The moment the game was over and everyone was going to the tunnel. I don't know if you guys saw, but Draymond Green was wearing his shades and he was all pumped up and high fiving everybody like,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. He was all, he was like, he was obviously pretty pissed by getting kicked out, but at the end of the day, he got the last laugh and he was so pumped up, and he just raises the spirits of that team. He's just that energy guy, and I just need him to calm the hell down. And if I get it, that wasn't a flagrant in my opinion, or whatever the stupid call was. But look, there's no such thing as you never ever acting like you fouled anybody. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
sure, just slow down, man. You don't want to get kicked out of games. You don't want to hurt the team, and all that does is just hurt the team, man.
Yeah, no, so it wasn't really him like saying anything or anything like that. It was just the whole play of what happened and everything to where he did get kicked out. But like I said, it is what it is. You I mean I mean the refs didn't make it not obvious on how they were playing this game or officiating this game. So that's something to keep an eye out the rest of this series. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but going back to that Draymond clip that you were talking about, I'm gonna put it up here real quick so we can see it. Our guy fucking celebrating with everybody. Great win. He's like, "Yeah, let's go, baby."
Oh, there you go, there you go. You got the zoomed in version of it.
Yes,
That
sir.
that, that that's from Facebook or Instagram.
Twitter. I
Oh, from the
tweeted.
Twitter feed. Okay, okay, I
Yeah,
can tell now. I can
I
tell by the left
yeah,
hand side. Yeah, yeah. Do
I
you have any
tweeted
more
that.
things that you can play? That'd be cool. I like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the way Draymond hype. People just the people who just and I'm pretty sure this is coming from either people who barely ever watch the Warriors ever,
Mm-hmm.
or they literally just pull up a freaking box score, or go online and go on NBA basketballreference.com and just say,
Yeah.
let me see what Draymond Green's career stat line is, or let me see what his stat line is for the season. That's low, that's low, that's low. Mentioned this before, and mention it again. I'm going to keep mentioning it until I'm blue in the face. The stat line is not what Draymond Green is about, man. It's
Nope.
about just getting the
About the
team hyped
defense.
up. Just all his crazy defense,
Yep.
setting people up for all kinds of easy buckets, and the flow of the offense is just so much that he does. It just doesn't appear on the stat sheet. Maybe one day some NBA basketball genius can figure out some way to create some stats for Draymond and then compare it to other similar type players in the league. I know they have those. One thing that they do have, though, I'm not good at deciphering these type of stats, and I'm definitely not good at going on the websites and explaining why this stat is a good stat line and indicates how good of a player he is. I'm not. But when they do that plus that plus thing and the number like +4 when he's on the floor, or -3,
Mm-hmm.
like more often than not, when Draymond Green is on the floor, like that plus number is there and it's a positive number. With it,
Yeah.
it's not like it's not like he's on there and it's like -5 or -8.
Yeah.
When he's on there, it's pretty coincidental to us winning and being successful when he's on the floor.
Yeah. Exactly. Mariah said between Dre and Steph haters, it's exhausting.
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, just with the Warriors in general, like we have so many haters. It's ridiculous. I mean, let's put it this way, and I'm gonna ask you that, ask chat this too. But would you guys have rather listened or watched the game on NBC Sports Bay Area rather than ESPN? Because I cannot stand Mark Jackson, Jeff Van Gundy, They literally hate on the Warriors on purpose.
It's like
so
Mark
annoying.
Jackson. It's such a coincidence that Mark Jackson always does our games. Obviously, they always have him on ESPN, but it's like the moment he got hired on, all of a sudden, to be a commentator, that playoff that year, very first year he became an announcer, we were the big shit in the playoffs, and we won our title, and it's just you just sense this bitterness, because Curry takes over, and I'll be honest, man, Mark Jackson burned a lot of bridges in his last year with the Warriors, and the ownership got sick of what he did. Now, don't get me wrong, he built up a good foundation for the team.
Yeah,
and he got us to the playoffs 2 years in a row, and it was nice because we had a drought, right? So,
yep.
But I just think Curry took what he did, and just what Mark Jackson helped do was install a defensive mentality for the team. That was when we first drafted Draymond, but the offense elevated to another level with Curry in the mix. And I just remember when we first had Mark Jackson as announcer, the Warriors had their first playoff win when they won the title. Mark Jackson kept saying about Bogut. Kept talking about Andrew Bogut, and they say, "Oh, rim protectors are overrated," and blah 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 blah. And he would always say that.
I remember
and then Bogut and Jackson, apparently, from what I understand, is that they had a little feud going on too. So it is what it is. And then every now and then, Jeff Van Gundy will say whatever about the referees. Oh, look, there's too much time on the clock. Oh, like at the very end of the game when that ball tipped over, they had to tip off at the end of the game because the ball should have been Warriors ball. The freaking went out of bounds.
Oh yeah, easily.
Whatever Grizzlies player it was, should have been clearly out of bounds. It wasn't. No Warriors hand was even anywhere in sight. Yeah. And then they decided to make it a jump ball. You got three referees, like three blind mice, and when they're all consulting each other, you'd swear at least one of them would be like, "Oh no, that was definitely off of them. Well, let's review it." No, we're gonna make it a jump ball. Make it a jump ball. And then when it became a jump ball, Jeff Van Gundy's like, look. They took too much time off the clock. Like he's acting like he's the freaking coach for the Grizzlies. And Jeff Van Gundy's from Martinez. He's from the Bay Area too. Like, and he's like, oh yeah. And the Warriors won their first championship with Curry. He's like, oh, I remember being a kid and growing up in Martinez, California, and celebrating the Warriors winning their championship with Rick Barry and blah blah blah. But it's just so ironic that you got Mark Jackson, who's hating on the Warriors, but he coached the Warriors, and he coached Curry and Clay and Draymond. And you got Van Gundy, who's saying he cheered on the Warriors when Rick Barry won the championship. But then when they watch our games and do our games, they're just the biggest haters. So I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been like, 5 years, and it's still the same thing with these commentators. I feel like, you just kind of wonder like why they hate us so much.
I mean, it's almost like somebody's in their ear. Well, they do have earpieces during the game. It's almost like somebody in the production room the technical room is just telling them, "Hey, okay, stir something up, stir the pot," while during these games. But it just seems like we're always in the back end of everything. Like we're the ones who are getting hated on, nobody else. It's like, okay, fine.
Yeah,
I guess we're the villain.
Kelt said, It feels like people like whoever were champs in the 80s started off bandwagon claiming to be the realists. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't really watch basketball growing up, like from kindergarten, of course, from kindergarten to like, I don't know, like 6th, 7th grade. When I started playing basketball in middle school, a couple of my buddies I played with were Warrior fans, and then that's kind of when I started to become a Warriors fan, and that's when I saw like the We Believe season and Steph Curry get drafted by the Warriors and become who he is today. So that's how I became a Warriors fan, and I've been a fan ever since.
Yeah, we all have different stories in terms of how we became Warriors fans, but it's funny that Kelts. I think Kelts brought up how it's weird. It's weird to see y'all diehard Niner fans hate the Warriors. Yeah, they're out there. Just because someone's a Niner fan doesn't mean there's a Warrior fan. I know all too well. Trust me. And just because you're a Warriors fan doesn't mean you're a Niner fan. So it is what it is, man. But it's nice. It's nice when they're both. Is all I gotta say. And I see a few of you guys in the chat. You guys know who you are. He says it feels like Kelts Chronicle said it feels like people who were ever champs in the 80s started off bandwagon claiming to be the realists. Okay.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah. And then I put the link in the chat. If anybody wants to subscribe to the channel, I really appreciate it.
I put it in the description on the video playing on my channel too.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
But other than, I think we're gonna start wrapping up here. But other than that, I mean, you have any more takes you have on your mind that you want to talk about?
Nothing in particular. Just I just hope that we play smart basketball. I'd like to see a whole lot more Kuminga. I'm always gonna push the Kuminga agenda again. He, in my opinion, he's in a limited role. It wouldn't surprise me if he was putting up 15, 17 points a game, and if they gave more minutes. But I see what they're doing. People talk about further down the road whether Jordan Poole gets his contract and who stays, who goes, Wiggins and Kuminga. Wiggins or Jordan Poole. And from the way I'm looking at it, Wiggins is gonna be the first to be gone, and they'll just slide Kuminga right in there, which is probably what they could do. But I just want Kuminga to get more playoff experience. But right now, as long as Wiggins is doing the job, I'm not gonna complain too much. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. Well, Kelt here put everyone was on Jordan and the Bulls when I was young, even in the Bay. I was loyal to the soil, Tim Hardaway all day.
Same here. I went to high school during that era. I was a Golden State Warriors volunteer with my brother, God rest his soul, in 1990-91, my freshman year in high school. Trust me, everybody was either a Lakers or Celtics fan actually in elementary school. But then when Michael Jordan got big with the dunk contest and the shoes and he won his first championship, he beat the Lakers. Within a blink of an eye, after he beat the Lakers that first championship, hell, people became Bulls fans. Oh, well, I was a Laker fan, but I feel like I inherited the Bulls. Like, okay, dude, you just jump and then here I am, like me and a few other guys and other people that we know. That wasn't just like we were like a small group right then, but it's like we were getting hated on all our lives for being Warriors fans, and now the Warriors start winning championships. Oh, we hate the Warriors. You guys are bandwagon. Okay, sure we were. Whatever.
Yeah. Tommy says I was a bandwagon Bulls fan in junior high.
You were one of those guys, huh, Tommy?
Just a quick stat, real quick too. Since the Warriors won another road game in the playoffs, that is now
road Warriors
25 wins straight in the playoff series.
They flashed up some stat while Curry was talking after the game. I wish I could remember what it was, but they flashed up certain stats in terms of I think it was something like if the Warriors win the first game in the playoffs of a playoff series, the percentage for them to win that series was, I forgot what it was. I don't know if it was 70% or something. If anybody knows, they can correct me. That's fine. I don't remember. But I just remember it was a really nice number. Like we win the first game of that series, like there's a really strong chance we go off and finish that series under the Steve Kerr / Stephen Curry era of the Warriors. So it's very good. It's been very good to hear, and I have a good vibe about the series, even though people hype up John Morant and this being, and the Memphis being a stronger, tougher team and all that. Mm-hmm. I think we'll prevail.
Yeah, let me. I think I have it up for you real quick, so we can check it out real quick. What you were talking about.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's go to Cassidy.
There we go.
Steph, a lot happened at the end there from that stop to your steal and also Clay's shot. How do you sum up how you guys sealed this win on the road?
Just composure. Obviously, we've been here and understand that it's a 48-minute game. You got to figure out a way. Obviously, they're at home, got a lot of confidence, and they brought it to us in the first half, but we stuck with it and executed the game plan in the second half. Limited our fouling and our turnovers, and then we got great shots.
Yeah, it was a great block by blocking strike. Yeah.
How do you sum up your resilience in the second half?
And that's what sealed it right there.
The core, we got championship DNA, and we want to, utilize that at this stage. Like that's what it's all about.
There it is, right here.
Never let go of the
12 straight series after game one.
Out of the game, so big win for us to start the series with 1-0, get home court advantage, get greedy in the second game.
Well, one guy who doesn't have that championship DNA, Jordan Poole, showing he knows how to adjust, coming off the bench again in another playoff career high. What can you say about his ease on this stage?
He's a hooper and ultimate confidence himself.
What up, Panama, please?
And just the ability to be
ready for Jordan Poole.
Once he understood what it takes to be consistent at this level,
party.
be ready night in, night out.
He started
teach
heating up, man.
that preparation
Sure
for the
did.
moment.
He was due for a big game, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Up 1-0 in this series. Congrats on the win, Steph.
Appreciate it.
And I want to read this shout out to Queen. She's in the house. She's a Bulls fan, but much respect to her. Great 49er fan. Couch Chronicle said, props to Curry, not saying a word about the refs. Hopefully none of the players do. Yeah, you know what? All those players can feel and say what they want after the games or when they're not on cameras. They're not on camera, but behind the scenes. But
oh yeah, for
you
sure.
know that you don't want to get fined. You know the protocols, and
yeah.
And I hope Draymond Green, and I keep stressing this. I just hope he tones it down. I don't want to see him getting suspended or kicked out of more games. And I like the way Curry was on that. It's like, as humble as Curry's, like super humble. Like he's trying to say something to be cocky on the interview, but you can tell his humbleness is kind of coming out. But he basically said like, "Hey, we got that championship DNA." And Curry's not one to pump his chest or whatever, pound his chest about anything. But it's true, man. The team does have the blueprint for championships. They know what it takes, and they still have that championship core on the team. The championship DNA is still there. They have the young core, and I think they're going to pass that on. They're going to pass the torch. So.
Yes, sir. I totally agree. I'm excited for game 2. I think we're going to start wrapping it up here, but just real quick, if you guys haven't yet, please subscribe and hit that like button on the channel, Locked In GSW Podcast. I really appreciate it. Like BASHAR said, my link to my YouTube channel is in his description. So once again, please hit that like and subscribe button. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we're doing a little joint venture. It's on both channels. So
yes, sir. Over on Twitter and Instagram. Twitter is GSW_podcast. Please hit that follow button. I really appreciate it. Instagram, spelled all the way out, Locked In GSW Podcast. Go over to Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Locked In GSW Podcast. Hit that follow button. And other than that, Bashar, got any other things you want to get off your chest before we head out?
Not much, man. Just hopefully the Warriors win on Tuesday. That'd be nice over Memphis.
Yes, sir. And game 2 pre-game show is happening Tuesday. Bashar, if you can, man, I'll be happy for you to join again. Really appreciate it. Hopefully you get my co-host on as well.
Yeah, I've never seen the guy. I've been on here for the past 2 shows. I've never seen your co-host.
I know. But yeah, other than that, until Tuesday, guys, we'll catch you next time. Peace.
Go Warriors. Peace.